Hi guys, how you doing? On today's episode, I can never get used to saying that. Okay, let's start again. Hi guys, how you doing? Hope you're all well. Today I decided to talk about self-love. I'm sure you've all heard the phrase, everybody talks about self-love. Everybody's trying to attain self-love. Well, hopefully. To some people, self-love is loving yourself just as you are, and that's it. To me, that's an aspect of self-love, but it's not really, it's a layer of it. It's not the full circle. Ultimate self-love to me is aspiring to be your highest self. You know, aspiring to come into your highest self is, to me, ultimate self-love. So now the process of being your highest self, let's say you have goals and you're like, okay, I want to do this, I want to have this career, I want to live here, I want to be healthy, I want to have all of these different things, I want to think better, I want to eat better, all of these things, right? You can aspire to that and make goals and make an active effort to achieve those. But whilst you're in this state, on your way, appreciate the journey. Don't despise yourself or hate yourself because of it. You go, oh, I don't look good, I don't look gorgeous, because then you're missing the point. Do you know what I mean? You can aspire to more without being negative towards yourself, speaking negative towards yourself, or even or hating yourself. Do you know what I mean? Those of you who follow my blog, www.therantingsoftastetheirlil.com, my end of year post, I sort of reflected on the past 2 years, or the past year should I say, and I was saying how I feel like I shook hands with my higher self this year, and I felt like I fell in love with my soul. Do you know what I mean? I fell in love with myself. And I think a lot of the time we are taught to, not even taught, we look for love in other places and from other people. You know, the way we love our partner, the way you love your friend, the way you love your child. Love yourself in that same way. Give yourself that love. You don't need to look for it outside. That love that you want to give to somebody, that love that you want to receive from somebody, give it to yourself. Learn to give it to yourself. It's inside you. And once you have that, then you now will emit that frequency of love and attract the kind of love that you're looking for, because you're giving yourself that. But if you're not giving yourself the kind of love you're looking for, how do you expect to attract the correct love? It's just, it's an impossibility as far as I'm concerned. We really should give ourselves the love that we are looking for instead of looking for it outside. I feel like the 3 things that I probably think played a part in my self-love journey was I started to eat differently. I started to think differently about myself, and I started to speak differently about myself. So I'll elaborate. When I say eat differently, a lot of the time, to me, being your higher self is wanting to love yourself in the best possible way. Because obviously, if you love yourself, you're trying to make sure that you live this life that you have on this earth in the best possible way, as your best possible version, which is not the version of society, but what is truly good for your soul. Who are you? Who is your soul? What do you like? What do you not like? Why are you here? Truly ask yourself those questions. And I feel like if you're trying to live in that way, of course you're going to want to be your best possible version of yourself, because why would you not? And people will say, oh, self-love, I'm gonna eat something decadent and sinful and luxurious and rich in fat and sugar and all of those things. Fine, do whatever you like, you know. If that makes you feel good, that makes you feel good. But I personally wouldn't see that as necessarily my personal self-love, because that is me catering to, I don't want to say ego, because the word isn't ego, but it's me catering to, I'm not thinking about my highest good. Because if I was thinking about my highest good, I would be feeding my body with things that nourished me. Do you know what I mean? Things that were nourishing my soul. Because if your body isn't nourished, your mind and your soul, it's not going to be nourished. They're in unison. To me, if you want to achieve harmony, your mind, body and soul need to be aligned. So what you say, what you do, how you act are all in unison. They're all in alignment. That gives you complete harmony and happiness and love, you know. So what you put in your body is very important. The way you speak to yourself, number 2. Be conscious of the way you speak to yourself, because the way you speak to yourself is so important. Even like I said in last week's episode about jokes and banter, I am champion of speaking to myself in what I used to be, in just ways that just weren't very nice. I'm a well, ugly, silly, stupid, why did I do that? All of these nasty things we say to ourselves as a joke, or even seriously. Imagine what that does to your soul, or what that does to your mind. Constantly speaking negatively about yourself or thinking negatively about yourself. And the only reason, when you think about it, that you actually think negatively about yourself is comparison. Comparison is the stealer of joy. That's what they say. Think about it. Because you're looking at this girl and you're like, oh my God, my hair doesn't look like hers, and my body doesn't look like hers, and my skin doesn't look like hers, and my nose doesn't look like hers. You are not supposed to be them. You are supposed to be yourself. In my book, Harantines, one of my favorite quotes actually is the one where I say, there is only one you. No one else will ever be you. That is your superpower. And honestly, I mean that with every fiber in me. Embrace your uniqueness. Don't try to be like anybody else. That's what stops you as well from loving yourself. You are you. The Most High didn't make any mistakes on you. He didn't. And when you love yourself in the way you're supposed to love yourself, you automatically kind of metamorphose into your best version anyway. So you're giving the world your best, but your best to you, not your best imitation. Do you know what I mean? Like, and the way you think. Be conscious of the way you think about yourself. Don't think negativity constantly or negative thoughts. Be solution-based. Think about ways around issues. Think about ways to solve problems. Like, don't get caught up in the victimhood, woe is me. And I get it, because we have hard lives. People go through a lot of deep stuff. But to get over it, you have to not make yourself a victim. You have to be accountable. I think being accountable is one of the major traits, or one of the major features to achieve self-love. Because if you don't hold yourself accountable, if you can't even be truthful to yourself, you're wasting your time. How do you know how to make yourself the best version of yourself? You can't even admit to yourself. You can't even hold yourself accountable when you're not doing so great. And also, what I mean by the thinking as well is change the way you think. Be more solution-based, like I've already said. So, for example, let's say your room is a mess and you're like, I can't bother to clean my room, this is long, or the house is a mess, or whatever. Tell yourself, rather than seeing it as, oh my God, this is long, see it as, I deserve it. Oh, see it as, I deserve it. I deserve to sleep in a nice room. I deserve to sleep in a clean room. I deserve to live in a clean house. I deserve to have a clean workspace. That automatically stops you from thinking, oh, this is so long, I can't be bothered. To be like, yeah, I'm worthy of this. This is not long, I need a clean workspace. Do you know what I mean? My body deserves to be loved. I deserve to love myself. I am worthy enough. So yeah, love yourself. The love that you are seeking from others is within you. It is within you. Give yourself that love that you want from other people. And you will see life will be so much easier, because then you start to realize that it's all ever been about you. You won't care so much what other people think about you. That's what hinders us a lot of the times. Oh, this person's gonna think, someone's gonna think I don't look good, or I'm this, or I'm that, and let me not do this. Fear stops you. You let other people dictate how you live your life. Do you know? And there's obviously so much more to that. You don't imagine we leave this universe and your soul just thinks, I didn't do this and I didn't do that. Why? Because I was embarrassed of what other people thought. Or I thought I let other people rule me when they are not me. I didn't do what I was supposed to do. I didn't live. I didn't make the most of my life experience. I spent my life hating myself. No, that's not the life that you are supposed to live. Love yourself, love your soul. So my 3 steps, or 4 should I say, be conscious of what you eat, be conscious of what you say, be conscious of what you think about yourself. Give yourself that love that you are so desperately seeking. It is that simple. And even like one day you might have a negative thought, because we all have days when we think negative. Let's say one day, instead of having 50 negative thoughts, you counter 1. So you have 49 negative thoughts. And the one that you counted, you said, actually, no, why am I speaking about myself like this? I don't need to speak about myself like this. Even if you only do that once a day, that once a day becomes the habit, and you learn to counter other thoughts, and it just carries it on. And before you know it, you're basking in self-love. So I hope that has helped you guys. I hope you found that useful with regards to self-love. Let's not forget my 3 things, like I said again, my 4 points. Number 1 is accountability. Number 2 is Be conscious of what you put inside your body to fuel it. Number 3 is be conscious of what you say to your body. Number 4 is be conscious of how you think about yourself. Be conscious of your thoughts, the power of your thoughts. Your thoughts shape your universe, they shape your world. So think positive thoughts, guys. You are phenomenal. Don't let anybody tell you different, guys. Love yourself. Don't spend life hating yourself, because you are one of a kind masterpiece. Bye, guys.